Tuesday morning, ladies and gentlemen, April 21st. Didn't think April 21st I'd be up this early. In normal times, I think 420 at 420 on 420 would have been a lot more fun than actually dealing with what I was dealing with, man. About this time yesterday morning, walked out front to get my Wall Street Journal, wearing my bunny slippers and my cup of coffee, and kind of a weird feeling standing there like, didn't have that much wine last night. Where's my car? So that was the first for me. A stolen car. I love that car, man. It's 2018 black M4 convertible BMW, and I had my navy wings on the front, and I love that car. It's a fantastic car, and gone in the blink of an eye. A couple things, and a very close friend, that I talked to yesterday or texted with, gave me a little bit of perspective, and I was starting to feel a little perspective actually when that happened. Old me, I dislike using that term, old me. I use it to try and provide some contrast. There is no old me. There's only now me. There's only, the me 5, 10, 25, 30 years ago doesn't exist. It's simply memories, and actually sometimes those memories are what cause suffering, right? Living in the past or being anxious about your future is usually what causes suffering. But anyway, I'll stick with old me as an example, because when I went out there, cars missing, old me, I would have blown a fifth Fetzer valve gasket, and you probably would have heard my F word like up in Vancouver. But yesterday was quite interesting. I was totally at peace and absolute calm. First of all, what good would freaking out have done at that point? Nothing. It's another reason, if you ever watch Sully, right, Miracle on the Hudson, or if you've seen or heard maybe on Discovery Wings, or on TV, whenever somebody's in an emergency in an aircraft, most people, you sound like John Wayne, right? Well, Miami Center, my wing's on fire, and I'm flapping my left arm to keep the airplane up. But other than that, we're fantastic. It makes no sense. If in Sully, for example, guy, both engines gone. Okay, let's take a little bit of time to evaluate this. But him screaming like a 10-year-old boy, getting hit in the nose with a football, it ain't going to do anything for anybody, and it's going to cause things worse. So yesterday morning, I'm kind of standing outside myself going, dude, you're pretty calm. But it made no sense. And then here's what also hit me based on, my spiritual journey at this point is, it's a freaking car, man. Everybody's fine. Everybody's healthy. I'm all in one piece. It's a car. We use these, in our practice, sometimes these big words, non-attachment or impermanence. Well, guess what? Ain't no better example of non-attachment or impermanence than I got yesterday, and it did help. Things don't last, man. Love doesn't last. Cars don't last. Nothing lasts. So when it's really crappy, just keep walking. When you're in hell, keep walking. Get through it, because it's not going to last. And those good times, when everything's fantastic, always remember that all glory is fleeting, and usually. So it was an interesting experience. I think the second interesting experience was BMW USA of America, who just lost a customer. I thank you, car thief. A little commentary on that too, as I stood outside, kind of namasteing myself. I was like, you know what? Thank you, God. Thank you, Divine One, who. I'm not that dude or that lady. Who needs to do that? I mean, at the end of the day, my God, I pray. Again, old me would be laughing at me. New me said a prayer. I'm like, dude, I prayed for the person who stole my car. First of all, you get caught, man. You're felony jail. You're at a station in your life. Where did things go wrong, man? Don't get me wrong. I posted a picture of my father the other day, his birthday, and my favorite picture of my father was when I graduated from Jacksonville University. That morning and that afternoon, we did the commissioning ceremony. We changed into our choker white uniform, and took the oath of office and went up on stage and got our commission. And as I'm going down the stage, the long ramp, my dad was at the bottom of the stage, at the bottom of that ramp, and just held each other, big hug. I'm being a little facetious, but at various points in my time, it was either going to be like this way or the United States Navy. And I think that HUD was an acknowledgement by my father that, hey man, there's a couple times where, so I bring that up because, my dad always used to say this saying too, there but for the grace of God go I, meaning, my God, man, woke up in a beautiful house, a nice cup of coffee today, air in my lungs, looking forward to trading and talking about oil today and the politics and all sorts of stuff, and I don't have to steal a car. So to the person who stole my car, man, it's clear, whatever station you're at in your life, you needed that more than I do. Clearly you needed that more than I do, because I just got my son's surf Jeep that smells like sex wax. There's sand up to here, and it's the back tail light is cracked, so it could be worse. So it definitely was a lesson on impermanence, not being attached to people or things, right? And non-attachment to people doesn't mean like you're drone. It actually makes you a better person when you recognize non-attachment, because when you do see a good person, you're like, you know what? I'm going to sink my teeth into this person and become their best friend and just and have that oneness with them. And when you find a shitty person, you're like, I'm fine, and you can head on your way. So non-attachment and impermanence are concepts that I've learned in my journey, and I had a good lesson in them yesterday. Not the best segue right now, so let's from being non-attached or impermanent, but in a way this is very relevant, but it's good news. And the good news sense is my mom, as many of you know, with stage 3 cancer, her treatment worked. And the doctor said, yay, it worked good enough where we can take you to surgery. Great. Now, here's the bad news. You can't get surgery up here in New York because, we're a COVID Civil War hospital type of thing. Enough of your prayers, enough of my prayers. Maybe, my sister with a briefcase full of cash and Moose and Rocco. I don't know. I don't care at this point. It's this week. So thanks for all the heat that you sent wherever it went, because it worked. So I think it's Friday. So and it's still heartbreaking though, because I wanted to be on the next airplane up to see my mom. You can't. Well, I'll drive up there, dude. You're not driving up to a COVID hotspot. And by the way, what are you going to be on your scooter? I'd be on my little. I'd grab Keely's razor and I'd one-legged up 95, man. Obviously, my mom's not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be here forever. You're not going to be here forever. So, but we want to squeeze as much of those moments and time that she has left. I mean, my mom, Matthew's flying now. He had his 3rd or 4th flight the other day. He's flying out of Pompano, so he's learning how to fly. And she said she wants to be around long enough for to her son to get his license and take her flying. So, and he's flying almost every day, a couple times a day, to try and get his license as quick as possible, since going back to Norwich is out of the question. Norwich, I'm still waiting for the half check or more than that in the mail. Let's talk about that too. Excuse me. The final thing I want to talk about is actually in the markets, the price of oil, folks. It went negative yesterday. This May contract that people don't even know anything about oil are talking about. I'm physically talking in these moments, folks. Remember, in these low dark moments in society or in trading, we've been having a blast lately trading. This has been, easy money was made, implosion. This I'm calling it a W. We're kind of having this W-ish recovery, and kind of looks like this other side of the W is coming up, but we're hitting resistance, at least in the S&P 500. At the 50-day moving average. But today's new issue is oil. Oil producers and oil traders who are on the wrong side of this trade will pay you to take delivery of oil. I'm not kidding. Physical delivery. There's no place to put it. Trust me, I'm working, got a nice email today that we're looking into. Another buddy, there's a old storage facility in Alaska that, with a little bit of coin, can be brought up to legal and OSHA regulations. I don't know how much coin or how long. I got guys. We have a good network of folks. We're even, I don't think I'm crazy. We're thinking about buying an oil tanker. There's literally 20-ish of them on their way from Saudi Arabia. They're still like a couple weeks out, so we got time to do this. I'll take first of all, you're going to get paid to take it. Looking at taking delivery of like 10,000 barrels of oil, or even 100,000 if we can swing it. You get paid to take the oil. Right now, folks, the oil that is in the drum is worth less than the drum, the tin, copper, whatever the hell they put oil in, metal, whatever the oil drums are made of, is worth more than the oil in it. So think about this. Not only are you getting paid to take oil and just put it, I might be draining the damn pool. You're going to get paid to take delivery of the oil. And then, don't forget, heating oil and all sorts of stuff happening. This country opens up again, demand spikes, it gets cold, people need to drive, airliners are flying again, oil goes back up to like 150. Let's say you take delivery of 10,000 or 1,000 barrels of oil and it goes up to 150 bucks. You do the math. I mean, so people paying you to take it today and people paying you a hell of a lot more to take it off of your hands eventually. It's insane. So at moments like this, when even, it looks like opportunities are bleak, opportunities are out there for the right person with the right mindset. I'm not kidding you, man. I'm driving back from supporting my local business. I love Flakowitz, man. The bagels there, bacon, egg, and cheese bagel toasted with butter. And you need like a side of a defibrillator. But answering texts and emails from dude, I got a lead on a tanker or this. You got to move. You got to act at times like this, and I'm having a blast. I never thought I'd be in the oil business. Never thought I'd have my car stolen either. So it's been interesting days here, and obviously I'll leave this for the end here. The politics. I mean, just the daily shit show with the president. Love him or hate him. It's been an exercise, and I've been, especially watching it with Matthew. He's a political science major. I'm like, buddy, from one day the president saying, I have absolute, tremendous, beautiful, nobody has tremendous, beautiful power like me over the states. And I'm like, oh man, could you, and all my dyed-in-the-wool Trump supporters, could you imagine what would have happened to your face if Barack Hussein Obama was on TV and said, I have absolute authority over the states? Your faces would have melted off. So that's how, if you're a hyper partisan. If you had no problem with what that guy said, and me as a constitutionalist, as a federalist, I was like, that's the most awful thing I've ever heard out of a president. And I hate, because when I say something and then like Andrew Cuomo says something the next day, I'm like, if I'm starting to shut up about the politics because Nancy Pelosi was saying some stuff the other day. I'm like, But Andrew Cuomo the next day says, we don't have a king. And then whoever got to the president, or he used his own brain, got pretty smart quick and said, I mean the governors. Governors have authority. We're here to support, but they have authority over their own state. This has been an incredible time to live in, seeing the kind of the struggle and powers between a state and, hey, get it home and you're not allowed to go out. Where does it say in my Constitution? Does it say at the bottom, like, unless there's a pandemic? No, it doesn't. So interesting times that we live in. Starting to get eaten by mosquitoes. What's the point of mosquitoes? Okay, if you're supposed to be one with the world and namasteing, somebody help me with finding peace with the damn mosquitoes out here. All right, I gotta go. I gotta get ready to trade the open. An excuse to get a new car. That's the silver lining. I'm looking at like a 2020 911 convertible. So was a Porsche guy for a while, was BMW USA sucked helping us try and track the car yesterday, so you get my Loser of the Day award. But you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll be back the rest of the week to keep you up to speed with what's going on. So have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge and God bless. I'll talk to you guys later.